Hello guys, it's me again. Today we're gonna talk about those Riven changes. It is like hot subject for last week, so I'm hungry for some views. So I'm gonna talk about this even, and I think I have a quite interesting point of view on this situation because not that long ago I was the player that a lot of those Reddit posts and YouTubers like Hashinshin talk about. The new beginning to play Riven, the new player to League that wants to learn a difficult champion. And I don't agree with nearly any of their takes. There are some good takes like those stupid hard counters to Riven to keep her in check instead of balancing her around just their game style, but we're gonna get into that later in the video. I just want to talk about how I see those changes, the situation of Riven, and tell the truth about the low elo players and low skill like players, why they are struggling to pick her up, they don't want to play her, and yada yada yada. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm gonna I watch a lot of Hashinshin. I'm subscribed, of course. I like his content for the most part. And 6 days ago, he did a video, Do Not Buff Riven, about Riven buffs. Before then, I was like, I even have comment in this video. I was like, maybe let's not get too ahead. Like, your champions are kind of strong too. You don't know what they're gonna do with Riven, so whatever. Let's not jump into conclusions. And well, I was quite dumb. I can agree that I was quite dumb for saying that because I thought just that they gonna make some diversity into Riven, put some diversity into her because I think she likes that. She likes character. Like she's no longer this unique, cool, flashy champion, pretty much. And she really struggles against armor. I thought they're gonna address that, make some changes, like buff something about like those parts. But I was wrong. They just buffed her damage and made her better at what she does already good. So yeah, that one I'm taking to the chest. I was wrong about that. I had too much faith in Riot for no reason. So I have a first stamp quite early on. Riven weak, right
Said
back
they're
up.
going to buff her. In fact, they said, quote, as we were chatting about yesterday, we think Riven is a bit weak, buffing her up a little while keeping the door open for more long-term directional work. Now,
And before I let Hashinshin speak about that, I'm gonna say that no matter what Hashinshin says right now, he can be wrong on this because he doesn't really play Riven. He doesn't really play that many champions that she has these problems. The only champion he plays is Renekton, and like he's the one of the especially made counters for Riven, so it's the whole different story. But Riven mains weren't like crying that, oh my god, Riven is weak. No, they were saying that Riven is weak into armor. You know, armor. The stat that after durability update got super strong, to not swear. Just gonna show you that nearly all of these champions are stacking a big amount of armor. And that is what Raven struggles with. We can see that she struggles either against ranges, tank ranges, or champions that tend to have a lot of armor and health. And of course, those two fuckers. So basically, that's the real problem. She has no way of dealing with armor, so you can basically go into her and build a shit ton of armor, and she's no longer able to kill you if you stand on the tower. She like it's done. She has to like run around map and do play somewhere else, which is very difficult for lower elo players. They don't have as many game knowledge as masters and challengers. Challengers don't really mind that much this change, as we can see in Master Plus, I think. Well, they still mind that quite a bit, but it is not as bad as in low elo, or rather a mid elo. It's really bad in here when you play against champions like Malphite, Cho'Gath, Kled that just tank you. Maybe I have no longer that difficulty with beating those champions. I got a lot of better by this time, but when I was beginning to play her, I didn't know what to do against those champions. They just went Bramble West and played the Steel Caps. Back then it was Ninja Tabi and I was done. Riven has, even Black Cleaver seems to struggle somehow against this, because before you stack them you already used your and 3 Qs and 3 auto attacks, and they probably got you to have half a HP because tanks have very high base damage. So that's the whole issue for low elo players.
I thought this was odd. I thought this was confusing. We were only talking.
So it is no really important point here. But we can watch this because
fact, we didn't even
next
know
time
that
snap
Riven
I
was
see I
weak.
have
Riven
130.
mains said that Riven was weak, which, wow, I've never heard of a champion main ever saying that their champion was weak before. That
Yeah, Hashinshin seems relatable, huh? I'm joking.
has never happened. But other than that, I'm not really sure. Like overall, the community as a whole said, yeah, Riven needs to be stronger.
Yes, because they said Riven needs to have a way to deal with armor. That's right.
So I went ahead and I looked into it, and while looking into it, the results were shocking. They weren't really that shocking. Riven is the 15th highest picked top laner with a 50.45% win rate.
And that's the moment I want to address like this peak rate, low peak rate, and decent win rate. So the problem with Riven is that she's balanced against having these two fuckers keeping her in check, in higher elos at least. Maybe I should go Emerald to get a better picture for you, because in low elo, of course, like Malphite is gonna be better counter because he's easier to play. Yeah, Poppy got a lot more win rate. It's small sample, so maybe previous patch would be better idea, and Diamond Plus. This will be the best. Yeah. So basically, as we can see, those two champions are basically keeping her in check, and that's the whole idea for Riot to balance her. Just make two a very hard, nearly unbeatable without jungle matchups that are made. Renekton was specifically changed to beat her, which Hashinshin gonna address at some point. I have the timestamp here, which is true. For some reason, I thought, yeah, that's great idea to make champions specifically counter Riven to make her balanced. I don't know what was the idea, but I guess that was the whole great plan of Riot, just to counter peak meta. Yoo-hoo, that's so fun. And that's another reason why Riven has so low pick rate and high win rate, because people don't want to fuck around with those motherfuckers, those hard counters, and the armor problem. And yet some people still play her, and from low elo I played, and mid to high elo I'm playing right now, she is just standing under tower and trying to make some plays with junglers most of the time. When you try to counter pick her with those champions, I played not so long ago Renekton into Riven, and she was just standing under tower. So it's this win rate seems reasonable for the fact that she was coin flipping and standing under tower, just waiting for her team to win. So yeah, it seems good enough for me. And while those two champions keep her in check, she's very good into squishes. She's incredible. She's basically an assassin on top lane. So she's very good at bursting people down. So when you play some champions that tend to have not a lot of mobility, they are very viable for bursting down because they have so much damage over time and so on. Like she's very strong against Mundo because he can benefit from his R. She's very strong against Sion because she has 2 stuns to counter his Q. So he gonna talk about this, that yada yada yada. Riven nerf. I'm not gonna get into that. I wanted the thing that made me make this video in the first place. Oh, and by the way, by talking about this shit, I'm not saying that Riven is balanced, Riven is broken, Riven is weak. I'm just trying to paint a picture why people don't want to really play her, even though she might be viable. Because she has many totally unfun matchups. And guess what? When you play a video game, you want to have fun. And you don't have fun when you just get fucked by some guy picking Renekton into you, by some guy picking Malphite and spamming Q into you over and over again and building full armor, by some guy like playing Cho'Gath and farming only with his Qs.
I want to show a Riven combo here, real quick.
Okay, yeah,
I
sure.
actually loaded up a Riven video. This is auto attack Q, auto attack.
By the way, he's speaking like he's on some amphetamine because it's 1.25 speed. I want to make this video as short as
Q,
possible.
auto attack Q. And listen to how he says you need to do this. Okay, let's just listen.
So with that said, let's get into it. Number 1. The first combo is called the normal combo. Basically, you use your Q after each auto attack. Now,
Yeah, that's
there's a lot of
pretty
beginner
basic.
players for Riven who panic.
We're gonna skip a bit
Auto
because
attack cancels into E, starts another auto attack, cancels into a second E, right? Like, it's pretty simple, right? We get it, right? Like, it's a simple combo. But how does
Yeah.
Riven need to do it? Now, when we talk about fast Q, what is a fast Q? For those of you who don't understand, and this is one.
Oh, and about those things, I forgot about that. Riot stating that they wouldn't put the fast Q combo right now into game because it's too much input for not enough reward. It's, I think, a total bullshit from Riot. Like, I don't see a reason why a champion shouldn't fit a niche of like players that like to make a lot of inputs to make their plays feel good and look cool. So I don't know why having like 130 champions, there can be one champion that has to make a lot of inputs, especially when there's Aphelios in the game that has more spells than brain cells of the writer that made him. But okay, that was a joke. That was a joke. The writer that made him had a lot of brain cells because, or maybe not a lot of brain cells, but a lot of money, which he bought some white powder with to make this champion. But yeah, so basically my point is, yeah, whatever you wouldn't want to put it, but why? Why isn't it not okay to have 130 champions and one of them being this quotes stupid big amount of inputs champion when we have Yasuo in the game, which literally can break your keyboard if you want to make a simple play by jumping over minions.
I'm trying to say Riven is really annoying to play. This is how you actually need to play Riven, right here.
Called the fast Q combo. Basically, each time you auto attack and Q, you want to move right after. This will cancel a part of the animation, which allows you to auto attack and Q again. I definitely recommend.
I love this combo.
I guess is my question. So the champion can do her combo faster,
Oh,
get
no.
more effective attack speed, do more damage, get less counterplay, have less reactivity. If
I'm
she does this
gonna-
really annoying trick
The reactivity and less counterplay part will be later in this video, so
of auto attack, then Q, then mouse click the ground, then auto attack. So basically, you right click this, then press Q after your auto attack, then you
Yes.
right click here, then you right click back on the dummy, then you Q off of that. So a simple.
man, when I was first learning this combo, it was quite hard. I'm gonna agree, it was super hard for a new player that wasn't used, and I played a lot of RTS games. Like I'm a big RTS games fan. I played a lot of Total War, Age of Empires, Empire Earth, like a lot of those games. Like yet it was still quite hard for me to make so many inputs and move the mouse around like that.
Basic combo is now moving your mouse cursor like
But
this
it
during
was
it.
super satisfying.
Now, is this fun? No. Is this interesting? No.
Yes. Who are you to say if it's fun? Like, man, I'm not like going around and say, oh, is it fun to play as Jax and auto attack people to death every time you play? No. I'm like, okay, I don't like this type of game style, but people, sorry, but people seem to like it. And as people seem to like the previous Riven game style. And again, Riven was super popular when this fucking combo existed. She was on the top, 5th spot, I think, with 10% pick rate. And yet what? What changed? You know what changed? tank items being super OP and cost effective. They give a lot of armor for literally no gold. That's what changed. That is why no one wants to play Riven, because after level 6 recall, guys like Malphite in low elo, let's get to low elo real quick. Listen, K'Sante, Jax, Garen, Darius, Set, Nasus, Malphite, Renekton, Mordekaiser, Illaoi. Every single one of these matchups is not fun for a first starting player. They tend to build a lot of armor and a lot of sustain, and you barely know how to do your combos, so you don't really rely that much on them. Well, when you basically can burst down Darius, he kills you. When you can burst down Jax, he just punches you to death. When you can burst down Garen, he just ults you and kills you. When you can burst down, well, no one can burst down K'Sante, so when you can burst down K'Sante when he uses his R, you basically lose again. Can't burst down, you lose. Every single of those champions, if you can't burst down properly, they just kill you. And Riven is assassin top laner. She's assassin on top. So basically, you have to burst them down. Every single champion in low elo on top lane tends to build a lot of armor. What do assassins hate? Armor. Did I paint a clearer picture right now? Imagine, wait, before, on top lane, you were able to play Zed for, it was a small amount of time in season 12 or 11, but there was a meta for Zed top lane. And Riven tend to be strong back then. So I guess that's another, like, indicator that I might be right. I don't want to say that I know everything like Hashinshin does say in his every video, but you know, one point is just a point, but when you have 2 points, it draws a line, and this line is towards top laners being too tanky for Riven, for like lower skill players to burst them down effectively, trade them or kill them, because you have to make way more good trades, perfect trades, when you like have taken way less damage than your enemy in a trade, which again, bad players and maybe not bad, beginners will fucked up a lot of their trades. And guess what? They're gonna die to champions that tend to have way more like tankiness.
A
Okay.
champion who is balanced, a champion who is definitely playable.
Okay, so here he goes that she's playable, yada yada. Yes, she is. I don't have like that much of a problem playing her, but again, there are matchups that are really unfun because they just rush armor and you can do barely anything. So yeah, that was the point I wanted to make. I think I talked about it for too long because I want to drive this point down.
To keep it, because a Riven community is shrinking.
So here he makes a really bad take before he made that the fast Q combo should be deleted from Riven because of one combo. No one wants to learn Riven. And when I heard that for the first time, I laughed my ass off, because before, when this was still in the game, she was thriving. As I already said, she was having the best time of her life while this combo was in the game. The thing that's changed, top laners got way more tanky, so now playing assassin like champions on top is way harder. That's it. And another like interesting point is that Fiora and Camille has similar gameplay to Riven, but you know what's the difference? Camille and Fiora have true damage, they can deal with armor. But let's see. Okay. Okay. And again, Irelia has like hybrid damage. Maybe not so much hybrid, but she still has some magic damage, and she's doing a lot better than Riven. So yeah, it's quite a coincidence that 3 champions that have literally the same game style on top as Riven, just burst and top laners down, and only Riven struggles with it. And only she doesn't have either true damage or like any sort of hybrid damage. That's another interesting point, don't you think?
Because the Riven community can't get more players because people don't.
And I'm not saying that Camille is broken, Fiora is broken, but the Camille is broken, Irelia is broken, yada yada. I'm just trying to paint a picture again that there's something wrong with the whole Riven armor situation.
Want to play this. They have other
Or rather,
options for
Riven
when they want to play,
durability
okay? They have other options for other
situation.
champions with fun mechanics
Situation.
that they can play.
Okay, so now he makes this brain that like the compass should be deleted, there should be no hard champions in the game, every champion should be like Jax, Renekton, Natrox, just press spells and yada yada yada. Let's go ahead, because it makes me quite angry to hear like to delete interactions. I hate the idea to make the game easier.
To be clear to Riven players, one of the reasons Riven players get so much appeasement is because they sell so many skins.
No, why? And that's the thing. I laughed again. That was the second time I was laughing. Because, man, no way Riot wants to make money on one of the most popular champions all time. No way that Riot wants to make money out of them. No way. Wait. Isn't like Lux and Ari still popular, but oh wait. Lux is kind of balanced for how easy she's to play. She has only 51% win rate, 4% pick rate, S tier. She's balanced. And yet, she is one of the best skin sellers ever. Again, Ari as well. Ari is a little better, but still. No way. So yeah, that's another take that I don't really agree with. I think that Hashinshin just went on a rant here. He isn't thinking straight anymore. He just went there and, oh, Riot wants to make money on their most popular champion, so that means he has to be broken. Okay, whatever. You know who also got a lot of skins few months, past 2 years? You know who got a lot of skins in the past few months, or rather a year and a half? Let's see, how many skins did Atrox get? Collection? Yeah. Yeah, here it is. So, why is it so dumb placed? Okay, so basically, he got one skin. He has two prestige versions. He got skins in 2019, two skins. 2022, he got an update to the this version of skin, so we don't count that. But in 23, he got a DRX Atrox skin. Yeah, he got also the normal skin. In 2022, he got Lunar Eclipse Atrox, and here is the 2 years gap when he, 2 years. 2022. Yeah, 2 years skin gap, but guess what? Here he got two skins with a prestige edition skin again. 3 skins in 1 year. He got this one. He got the Victorious Atrox, and he got a prestige edition. So he got 3 skins. I think it's, and then he got another skin, Odyssey Atrox. So I guess the 2-year gap isn't that long really. And then he got Lunar Eclipse Atrox. Again, he got DRX Atrox, and he got prestige edition of the skin. So I guess he gonna get another skin, and then he gonna get another break on the skin. There he got again every year. This was on release, but yet another skin, another skin. there was a break because I think Atrox wasn't popular enough, but then he got again some popularity after the itemization changes. Right before them, it was, I don't remember. I think I don't know. But as you can see, Atrox isn't really that worse from Riven, especially that he got reworked not so long ago, so he was kinda not prioritized when it comes to the skins before his rework, because yeah, guess what? He wasn't played and he was super ugly, and right knew like, okay, we're gonna rework him not that long in the future, so I guess we won't put any funds into him until he gets reworked. So again, imagine popular champions making money. Be like Atrox, every time he was popular, he was getting free skins, sorry for my accent, free skins out of the blue, and a skin next year to like check the grants if it's still like worth making skins. So that's another brain that take.
Gravitate towards the high ranks. But to say, let me just use one example here.
Happen.
Cosante. Is it fair? Is it fun that a champion like Cosante, in order to be viable at the low ranks, he needs to be giga overtuned at the high ranks? But is that fair? Is that fun? Is that good gameplay? No. Now
That's quite fair. That's a fair point. But the thing is, I don't think Riven is as weak as people say in the low ranks. Again, when I started playing her, she was perfectly fine in the low ranks. She was strong in high ranks, but it was more because of her unique playstyle that she was one of a type champion back then. So she was okay in the low ranks. I managed to play her and she was strong in the high ranks. But then season 10 comes, or season 11 with the item changes, when the tank items became super OP. And guess what? The Riven started dropping in popularities. She started dropping in win rate in low elo, where people tend to play a lot of tanks and build a lot of armor. So yeah, guess what? She dropped in popularity and win rate because of tanks getting stronger and assassins having problems with tanks.
let's look at Riven. Do you really think, let's find Riven here, where is she? Do you really think that we should giga overtune Riven at the high ranks to keep
Well, to be honest, she doesn't look that well in this.
her
Like,
low rank viable? Or do you think
yeah, that's
maybe
all ranks.
they are rewarded by having a chance?
This is perfectly balanced. Wait now. In the low ranks, she's dog shit. She's weak. You have to put a lot of work into her. And in the high ranks, she's fine-ish. Make a way for Riven to deal with tanks rushing armor against her. Obscure amounts of armor, not saying like you build plated steel caps and it shouldn't do anything. But when you build like 100 armor by minute 10, make a way so she can do something about it, not just sit under tower and farm for Black Cleaver and then get outscaled anyway because Black Cleaver can't like reduce 200 armor that you managed to collect by then. But the time she builds a single Black Cleaver, oh, the counter
They'll never actually beat her ever again. They'll never have lane control ever again. There's no champion in the game who has the zero counterplay and hard kill combos of Riven.
And here I don't agree. There are a lot of champions that have those kind of combos, and guess what class it is? Assassins. And Riven is assassin, as I said. She's now played like an assassin. Z basically presses R and kills you for free if you don't Zonya or make him like stop attacking you somehow. Like Zonya, Flash under tower, whatever. He just kills you for free level 6 if you don't have a way to deal with it. Akali presses RE and you basically cannot do much except flashing it. Because it's whenever you press R from max range and E instantly, it is 100% you're gonna hit the E Only if the champion flashes or uses some kind of big mobility, the champion can dodge it. Otherwise, you're dead. Silas, he can basically E-flash you or WE, and you have again nearly zero counterplay except for flashing. And yet, guess what? You can flash Riven as well. You only have to have a good reaction time, just as with Silas, Akali, Zed. And again, there's Katarina. When you lose lane, he also said somewhere, I think it was before or a bit later, that when you lose to Riven, she's so snowbally that you gave like 2 or 3 kills against to Riven, you have no way of dealing with her. I hit my computer with my gesticulation. Guess what? The same thing is with Yon. Same thing is with Silas, Akali, Zed, nearly every single assassin. That's weird. And there was another thing with those combos. Guess what? There's another top laner that has a one-shot combo and you can't do anything. And he is called Pantheon. And maybe you say like, but Pantheon and is a low skill champion. Yeah, but the difference is on Riven you have to learn the shit out of yourself, make yourself play good to have the one-shot combo that people have a very small window to react to and try to counter it. And yet on Pantheon you don't have to have any skill or anything to just one-shot people with combo that cannot be dodged or anything. He just point and click stuns you, throws the entire combo and runs away with E. And God forgive if you don't have any movement ability to run him down after this combo. That's true that Riven, it's very hard to counter her, but that's the case for assassins generally. If you play them well, it's hard to counter them, unless you're playing some kind of special pick against them or like a good range against them. Queen and Wayne that can just stop their combo. So yeah, guess what? Assassin one-shots. Wow. I think Hashinshin just sits there and believes that Riven is still considered as bruiser. I think it's like you would consider a champions like Fiora and Camille a bruiser. They are more like assassin, maybe a fighter, like Yasuo Yon. Even now, I think assassins a little bit lost their identity because they tend to be more like fighters, quite tanky and deal a lot of damage. And fighters are quite tanky and deal a lot of damage. So yeah, I mean, I think bruiser and fighter is the same thing, but you get the idea. She's more like assassinish.
As well as being really mean. So
Next.
what I want to do now is
Okay,
talk about
so now I'm just gonna show you a funny fail from the Hashinshin. He wanted to prove that Riven is not the most one-trick champion, and he kind of failed because wow, Warwick has bigger one-trick rate and Gangplank have bigger one-trick rate when they are struggling in the meta. No, Gangplank, even Gangplank doesn't have more. Gangplank has less one-trick rate, and Fiddlestick has more, and Warwick. The champions that are just popular because they are easy to play and pick up, so many people just stay with them. And Riven has way more, 6% more than Katarina, and 3% more than Gangplank. So yeah. And here he like make shit, sorry for my accent, with win rate from Master Plus or something, I don't know, and I don't care that much. And he wanted to show like that Riven is OP because other one-trick champions have higher win rates when Katarina has the same. And Yon on top has right now 49% in the last patch, and on mid 49%. So Riven has 50.4, Yone has 49, Katarina has 50, and I guess that proves that Riven is not skill or something. I don't know. Like Warwick has 47% win rate. Does that mean that he's super skillful to play? No, it means that he's bad in the meta. Like, duh. Even though he's played by a lot of one tricks, they still struggle with him because he's too simple for current game. He doesn't have a lot of outplay potential like Riven does, like Yone does, like Katarina does, like Azir, even Azir does. He just can run you down, spear you, or bite you, or stun lock you with his R. There's not much he can do. I don't agree with this video. So yeah, I just wanted to laugh at that because he failed to make his point. And I thought that was really funny. Him for the next like 8 minutes trying to explain why this shit does prove that he is right. Sorry, that's me from the future. After pressing ending the recording, I remembered that I have to talk about one more thing. Thing he said somewhere when he was talking about deleting his animation, like that this isn't fun and we shouldn't listen to the OTPs. Then who do we listen to? Rioters that barely play this game? You that you're super biased and don't actually know why people are having fun on Riven? No, we listen to OTPs. They know the best why they picked up their champion and know the best why is it fun. So yeah, I don't walk around and say, oh, Jack's Counter-Strike is so unfair because I can't auto-attack him while I play Ashe or something and he just runs me down and auto-attacks me to death with his 6-second leap strike and it is even like 4 or 3 seconds with Spear of Shojin. Oh, and again, he beats Spear of Shojin, so he is very quick and I can't kite him. Oh, we should like delay it, counter say no, we should make it so he places it like Akali Shroud, so he can stand under it and if you walk into it, it stuns you. No, that would be unfun for Jax players. But you know what? For who it would be fun? For non-Jax players, auto-attackers that hate this ability. And there are you, saying that Riven fast Q combo is unfun, and you want to delete it. So guess what? You're the same as the person from example I just pointed out. You hate some ability, so even though it is good for the champion, you want it out of the game because it bothers you. I'm not going and saying like Counter-Strike is bad because it counters hard some of the champions. Or like walking around and saying, oh, I hate like I don't know Atrox E because it has so much healing and healing debuff got nerfed. No, that's his whole identity. The healing is his whole identity. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my past self ending the video. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.